We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We'll wait a little bit for the numbers to go up. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. How is everybody doing? Maybe you can leave some comments in the section. Are you guys okay? Have you had your dinner? Or are you eating dinner along with us? I mean, we're not eating dinner, but are you eating dinner while watching us? Baru buka puasa. That's good. Had dinner already. Nice. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the session today. Okay, we'll wait for maybe 2 more minutes just to get everyone on board. Maybe you can tell me where you guys are from. The last time we had these sessions, we sometimes have international viewers as well. So maybe you can let me know. I mean, if you're from Malaysia, hey. But if you're from other places, maybe you can let me know where you guys are from. That'd be quite cool to find out. All right. Waiting for 1 more minute and we will start. I know you guys are dying to hear from Daryl, so I won't pull you guys away for too long. Hi, Lee Sin. All right, I won't wait any longer. So thank you guys so much for joining us and welcome to our third session. And welcome to this interesting timing, I would say. The previous 2 sessions, we had our webinar sessions in the morning during a public holiday. Today is not a public holiday, so we're trying out a different time. Also trying to accommodate for those who just finished work. Hopefully it's not too tiring for you guys to join. We hope that this adds a lot of value. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask after this session. Daryl will be more than happy to reply to your questions. So feel free to leave any of your questions, your burning questions regarding the topic in the comment section, and we'll bring it up later. So before we actually dive into this topic, let me just introduce a little bit about Open Academy to some of you who are new here, okay? So for Open Academy, we are the brainchild of a company called Open Minds. So Open Minds has been in the industry for a while now. We are a marketing technology company that has been in the industry for about 8 years. So Open Academy is actually the education arm of Open Minds. So with that being said, the services that we actually provide in Open Minds, we kind of have a huge range of services from digital marketing consultation all the way to tech development, right? So because we have been in the industry for about 8 years now, we have actually influenced and also dealt with quite a number of clients within this within different industries to kind of consult them, especially on digital. Yeah. So as you can see on the screen, we have served over 100 brands across APAC, Europe, Southeast Asia, Malaysia as well. We have been featured on quite a number of media. If you Google search us, whether it's Open Academy or Open Minds, you should be able to find an article or video of us. And we actually influence about thousands of people monthly. We do quite a number of speaking engagements, conferences, and also seminars around the globe. So for Open Academy, our goal is really to bring real life experiences and practical insights to you, right? We do not want to give you any fluff. We want to bring whatever insights that we have gathered from our experiences with our clients all the way to classroom to be able to teach you and educate you. A lot of the times, our instructors or our trainers are actually practitioners within the industry. So they're practicing experts that have actually dealt with many clients, have these kinds of experiences to be able to bring their knowledge dealing with clients to you guys. We also, because of our experience within the industry for about 8 years now, we do have a number of partners. We do know a number of people within the industry that we're able to kind of connect our students with. So we provide you with that kind of connection. And lastly, we also give you access to lifelong support. So we are not going to kind of bring you in and then leave you out to dry. We actually provide you with support. We're still in contact with a lot of our ex-students as well, continuously giving them whatever updates, support that we can do. So that's actually the very quick introduction of Open Academy. So I will actually now move on to the speaker. So today's speaker is actually Daryl Tan. He's the co-founder of Open Minds. He has a long list of accomplishments there that you can read yourself, but I will just highlight a few. So he is actually top 10 visionary leaders of 2018. He's a contributor at BFM, so he's on the show every last Tuesday of the month. You will hear him or some of the team at Open Mind contribute to digital marketing updates on BFM. He's a part-time digital marketing trainer, and he's also a startup mentor for Techstars, VCM, and also Future Lab. So I won't delay you any longer. The man of the hour, I'll add him into this chat. All right, so I'll just leave it to you, Daryl.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. So just a quick test if you can hear me, right? Today we're going to talk about digital transformation, okay? But first and foremost, thank you, Celine. Thank you so much for the introduction. Really excited to be here tonight. I bet all of you have had your dinner. Thank you so much for joining this part after your dinner. I guess this is dessert, huh? You can enjoy your dessert while watching this as well. Now, just to get a show of hands, how many of you think that you have actually quite a good digital strategy, as we're going to talk about digital transformation today, right? How many of you think, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're doing most of the digital marketing or digital transformation or tech activities that's out there already? For 1, as in I haven't touched digital at all. 10 to I'm a hero. I got all things down. I'm just here to maybe just have a look and look see what's going on. So you can put it into the comments right there. 1 to 10, what is your level or skill of digital activities right now in your business? Come on, just have an interaction. Just put in there a scale of 1 to 10. All right, and then we'll move on. All right, cool. Just 1 to 10. If anyone's there on Facebook and you can hear me. All right, some numbers coming in, very good. Thank you so much. Now, I just want to remind everyone here that today's webinar, we're going to serve quite a large group of people. So some people may be new, some people may be a very senior role already in digital and this whole digital transformation and tech. So we want to keep in mind some of the points that you hear over here may be simple to you, but not to some, may be actually quite perplexed to hear certain things. But let me just start off by saying this, that digital transformation as a whole, you need to understand what the meaning or definition is first. So the use of new, fast, and frequently changing digital technology to solve problems. Now, if you look at this, it looks pretty scary. We are in a season, if we do not embrace digital, we'll be left behind. Worse, we will quote unquote die, right? The pandemic has forced many companies to go digital. There's a joke going around, saying that who actually helped your digital transformation? Is it the CFO, the COO, the CEO? But the joke goes that actually coronavirus forced us into a place where we need to go digital. A report by Alta Gamma McKenzie online observatory finds that 20% of both online and in-store sales were a result of online marketing. Total sales from digital marketing also generated as much as US 12.5 billion optimal profit. So I don't think I need to explain any further why we need to go digital or the need for digital transformation. So I'll jump straight in then to what exactly am I trying to get to right now? Okay, ultimately, it doesn't have to be high tech. Digital transformation is not high tech, guys. It's a shift of mindset, and we need to understand this. It's a shift of mindset. You need to elevate your brand and serve your customers more efficiently. But in today's season and today's world, since you're going so much to tech and digital, we need to have a shift of mindset, whether it speaks to you or not. Digital. This is the game. This is the playground that you need to get yourself into. And this is exactly what we'll be talking about tonight. And the good news is that if you're a SME, right, this is good news. At organizations with fewer than 100 employees. So if you're here and you're from an organization that's fewer than 100 employees, their respondent to digital transformation is a 2.7 times more likely to be successful. But don't worry, if you're above 100, I'm not saying that you won't be successful. It will just take perhaps more buy-ins. It will take perhaps more red tapes, but you will get there. Trust me. So tonight, we won't jump into anything very deep or very complex, okay? It's very simple. Digital transformation is not complicated. All right, friends, it's not complicated at all. And today, we will break it down. So firstly, I will tell you that tonight, I will share with you 5 very simple tips, all right? 5 digital transformation areas to focus on, okay, in times of pandemic. But actually, scrap that. It's not only in times of pandemic. I think we've been overwhelmed with too many of these pandemic strategies where we get bombarded by, right? Let's focus in on the business itself and the digital strategy. All right, I will straight up share with you content. I will share with you some resources so that you can quickly just jump on board and get started, right? Without frills, without fluff. All right, so if you're ready to go, I am. All right, the first one that I would like to share with everyone is this. You need to always, in whatever strategy, in this, even this digital transformation strategy, you need to find your objective. What is your transformation objective? So the guiding transformational goal here, I want you to ask everyone, ask yourself, right, is this: to have a clear sense of what challenges I'm trying to tackle and solve. Have this in your mind. This is the goal. To have an objective is to have a clear sense of what challenges I'm trying to tackle and solve, right? We often fight a battle not knowing the end game, what we are exactly trying to achieve at all. In these times, it is very, even more important to be clear where are we lacking and what sort of challenges we are trying to improve. With that sorted, right, you for sure can be on your journey, on your way to certain digital initiatives, and you can be more effective and useful. So I'll jump into certain objectives that we can get started with. I know some of you may be from different industries, different backgrounds, but these are 4 simple objectives that if you want to have a digital transformation, you either want to improve customer experience and loyalty. It's a very simple thing. You want to improve customer experience and loyalty. You want your customers to leave happy, feel happy throughout the whole shopping experience. You want to enhance sales funnels and marketing strategies. Internally, you want to sell more. You want to campaign more. You want more awareness. You want more conversion. So you want to enhance the sales funnel. That is your objective. Some of you may say, no, I want to optimize my infrastructure. This is a great time to optimize my infrastructure, finance, HR, administrative, the overall business operations. I want to transform that to be more digital. Or the fourth one, as simple as gain and to analyze insights from integrated data. I want more eyes. I want to know exactly what the numbers are. What is data saying to me right now? So with these four simple objectives, keep that in mind. We will then bring it forward to the next slide, where then I will talk to you about choosing your digital strategy. No fluff again. The transformation of our goal here is finding my target audience and to speak directly to them. Simple, right? Finding your TA, your target audience, and speak directly to them. Choosing the right digital strategy starts off with identifying which digital channels your customers are active on. It's as simple as that. A lot of you know already where your customers are, but do you know where are they active on? Which social media platform, for example? Okay, just ask yourself which platforms are you mostly on and what do you consume during this MCO? If you can answer that, you are already starting a good a place where you can know where your customers are. There's no fluff in the most common platforms of content we consume. Facebook, Instagram, videos, influencer, live streaming. If you look at these five elements come together, right, you really just need to focus on that. I repeat, Facebook, Instagram as these two platforms, videos as a content, influencer, live streaming, right? And yes, it may be crowded. That's why we spoke last week, in fact, about digital branding and how you can stand out. If you have not watched that, you can go back to the Open Academy page. You can actually watch the video again about digital branding, how to do that, right? And by in the transformation stage, you need to know for certain the digital activities you will be focusing on without a doubt, all right? So straight in, number one, the first thing to do then is be active on social media. If you're not active on social media yet, please be. I'm sure if you're tuning in here right now, you are already active on social media. It's a saying by Harvard Business Review. It says that social conversion continues to shape every thing from culture to the media cycle to our most intimate relationships. It's actually an endless scrolling through our social feeds. And that's the reason why we are so addicted to social media. So if your customers are addicted to social media, addicted, I mean it in a good way as well, right? Is that most of our time is spent scrolling through the timeline. And if you know this, then I would just want to bring to you three very, very simple platforms to go digital right now. If you transform your marketing and sales to focus on Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok. All right. A lot of people may not have a formula for TikTok yet, but let me just start off with IG, Instagram, right? 60% of all users discover new products through Instagram, and 1 out of 3 of users, or quarter of users, have made a purchase via Insta shopping feature. So with this in mind, right, I want to cut out all the noise about digital transformation of what platform should I go to. I need to know where my customers are. Let me just tell you right now, stick to Instagram. Whether you're in retail, travel, whether in fashion, F&B, whether in automotive, please have an Instagram account. No questions asked, right? Facebook. Now, specifically for Facebook, though, Facebook video ads, right? There's a case study of Milo who reached 7.1 million people in 4 weeks, and their focus was only mobile, and their target audience 18 to 40. They launched video. That's it, right? So video right now, nowadays, is extremely, extremely important as part of your content. It can be as simple as a slideshow, all right, or as bombastic and as high tech as a virtual tour, right? It can be a vlog. It can be anything but moving pictures. So videos, all right? Stick to videos, and I can guarantee you that it will really, really work, especially for your ads, right? Now, TikTok, if you want to cut out all the noise, or should I use Twitter? Should I use LinkedIn for my digital transformation, for marketing and sales? Let me tell you, TikTok, right, has an insane amount of influencers who have insane amount of followers. Now, all these followers have very short attention span. But if you can leverage on TikTok influencers, create a challenge, let them create the video themselves and allow creative freedom for them. It's as simple as reaching out to a TikTok influencer, get them a campaign and ask them to do that campaign, and ultimately follow up with a hashtag, for example. Now imagine the leverage you have on a community of 1 million, 2 million, 8 million, and in millions on TikTok is something very common, right? Influencers, big, huge influencers, even the so-called micro influencers on TikTok, right? You get hundreds of thousands in following, right? So I want to cut out the fluff again. If you want, try this out on your digital transformation journey. Instagram, Facebook videos, right? And try TikTok. Don't be scared. I know in terms of branding, you may, no, my brand is maybe don't match TikTok. But let me tell you that tons of brands are on TikTok, right? Even the ones that you feel like, oh, quite prestigious car brands are on TikTok, right? I won't name them, but you have to know that TikTok also brings a certain level of influencers right now that actually quite um, quite high class or quite the target audience that you want to reach. Not only teenagers on TikTok, yeah, guys. Actually, there are a lot of adults and a lot of young adults on TikTok. So, and they have huge amount of following. So if you're able to leverage on that, good for you. All right. I will move on. All right. Next is this. Sure. Again, influencers, right? But I want to tell you here, engage with micro influencers. Now, people like the feel where they say they look at the influencer and they say, "Hey, I want that people like me feel." Right? I want to feel relevant. I want to feel close to the person. Right? There are 157 million micro influencers, guys, out there below 10K followers. But I want to tell you this: that you are also a micro influencer. Now, just think about your Instagram account, for example. It's as simple as that. You are also an influencer because you have the power for word of mouth. Word of mouth is one of the leading and the most traditional marketing form. But in digital age, imagine word of mouth plus WhatsApp, email, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, right? Together with some friends now live, I'm actually launching a certain video campaign, zero budget. We got people excited about the content. We push a coming soon message to hundreds of people and get them to share and share and share. Where do they share? WhatsApp groups, uh, your Facebook groups, right? Just word of mouth, maybe in a Zoom call, and they say, "Hey, you know that day I received this coming soon of this video that these guys are doing in Malaysia. Have a look, go follow them." In 2 days, organically, won't say a lot, but organically, we get about 200 plus subscribers on YouTube with zero content on YouTube, and that's going on even right now. So, word of mouth is extremely vital. It's so active, it's so out there, and you yourself can be an influencer. So to cut the fluff, right, going digital means also reaching out to your friends and family through the digital means that you have and the digital platforms that you have to get the word out there. All right. And of course, if you want to talk about the other influencers with 10K, 50K, if you're in the fashion and beauty industry, is very easy. You know, just showcase latest versatile wares that's suitable for home and work. Because as you know, MCO or CMCO right now in Malaysia, we all stay home quite a bit. Go to work, come back, we stay home. Or longer skincare routines because people have more time. For health and fitness, showing ethical health procedures and online purchase of products, easy access to workouts, that is a hit right there. A lot of people actually look for workout and health and fitness videos. How about the F&B industry? Now, it's extremely tough, I do understand, but if you want to have a digital transformation in F&B industry, it's a necessity. If you're not already on delivery platforms, please be on it. Promo bundles, recipes, sharing of recipes, home cooked kits, collaborate to survive, right? Build customer loyalty through virtual points. That is a digital transformation through technology. And you can actually build customer loyalty through third-party apps where you can gather their information and you can keep them as a loyal customer, especially for F&B. Now, the last thing I want to talk about being active on social media is this: sell things via live streaming. There's no question asked about that, right? Get on Last Live, get on Shopee Live, on Taobao Live. Right now, if you have a store, you are sharing products, right? Or you're selling products, get on the store, right? But don't just stay there, right? Sell, go on live, right? Give out tiered vouchers. Use this time to draw your audience into so-called the shop, right? Into your shop and try your products, right? It is extremely important because people want to feel relevant and people haven't been out for a long time. So anything to bring them closer to you, to closer to your product, right, goes a long, long way as well. Okay, so the second thing about digital transformation, besides the marketing social media side, is this: use data analytics. Simple. The transformation goal here is this: using numbers to determine the success of my digital and tech efforts. All right. So what do I mean by this? Number one, track free data. Do you know that you are actually having a lot of free data right now on your social platforms? It's a full on 100% data on a budget, right? You have to fully utilize your native platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Google Analytics, right? I understand that collecting data can be scary. The good news is that a lot of data is already being collected for you automatically, and it's free. You just need to get into the habit of checking. Right? Facebook and IG, for example, the data that they provide is so rich. And let me just say this: if you want to get personalized data, the most important is email address and age. Let me tell you why. So if you want to get on board right now and you want to mine data online for as a digital transformation objective, get their email and age. That's it. Why? Email address to communicate with them, and also buy lookalike ads on Facebook or Instagram, right? At least you get that, at least. And if you need to in the future, EDMs, electronic direct mails, right? Age. Why do you need age? Age tells you a lot of things about a person. If you cannot find out the interest, where they go, their behavior, find out their age. If you find out the age of someone, you're able to scale down, and on a grand scale, you're able to scale it down to their season of life, what they like. Are they studying? Are they working? How much do they earn? On a generic basis, at least you know, and you can place them in certain groups where you can market to them. All right, as simple as that. So use your native platforms such as Instagram, such as Facebook stats, as Google stats. Look into exactly three things. You want to look at engagement, you want to look into reach, you want to look into locations if possible. And these are the few main things you can see there on the slide, what you need to focus on. Again, no fluff. These are the few things that we will recommend that you look at, because there are thousands of data out there, but this is our recommendation. All right. I will move on then to the third point. All right. Using technology as a vehicle. Now, this is interesting because if you talk about digital transformation, you need to know that it's a combination of digital and technology. Technology is a vehicle, a tool. So your transformation goal would be to implement the right ready-to-use tech to enhance my digital transformation journey. Why do I say ready to use? It's very simple. If you're an SME and now you are in a dire need, you got, I cannot have any more fluff. I cannot wait for development in the next 1 month or 2 months. Use ready to use, off the shelf, right? And what this is the best way to transform your business. And I will go through some areas of what I mean by using tech as a vehicle. Number one, always think automation. So if you use tech to automate your marketing efforts, sales, business processes, you're already one step into transforming your business into a more digital savvy company. In that sense, be lazy, set up and forget. You want your business to be automated to enjoy 24/7 communication, right? And also not only communication with your business, but also with your team, right? You want to maximize on digital footprints and enhance your customer touch points by accelerating your automated content distribution. right? You want to make sure there's an automated way for triggering certain tasks when you receive an inquiry so that your team is free to focus on the major things rather than the administrative things or the day-to-day mundane things, right? Some of the things that we recommend that you can jump on board immediately. Use MailChimp, for example, to automate your email marketing. Get on IFTTT, if this then that, automate.io to link your cloud systems to work together and perform multiple dependent tasks. Now, I won't go through the details, but like automate.io has a vast amount of so-called recipes or what you can do, formulas. If this, then that, translate this to that. If I receive this, do this. And it's all computerized, it's all integrated into your system. Now, if you want to talk about communications and last point campaigns, use Intercom, use Facebook Messenger, right? These are a few recommended. Again, not sponsored. All the brands I'm going to list from here are not sponsored. It's just something that we thought we'd give you as a resource, something that you can start immediately right now and just do digital, right? Just get on it, pay a little bit of money or go on a trial first, test it out for yourself. And we have scaled down, filtered through, and these are some of the areas where you can look in terms of automation. Again, these automations are very top level. We're not talking about your enterprise level automations yet. This is very top level where you're able to just automate certain integrated apps or even your marketing efforts. All right. The second thing I want to talk about is go cashless. You have heard about this a lot. Now, I'm more interested in the community, the e-wallet community. Why? If you're not done this yet, if you're selling any products, you're a mart, you are sending parcels, or you are a F&B player, right? Jump on board GrabPay, use Boost, Touch and Go, Fave, Maybank Pay, Razor Pay, WeChat Pay. These are a few common e-wallets that you can jump on board, right? Every e-wallet, now listen to this, every e-wallet has a community, right? This community is important. Work together with the e-wallet to transform your mode of payment and how you actually track. Don't stop at registration. Try to work with them, partner with them. If you partner with GrabPay, work with them, how you can get your ads up there, how you can work with them to tap into their community, for example. Now, the community in there is important because they are on e-wallets for one very simple reason as well, to buy things and to get promotion. As Malaysians as we are, we love our promotions, right? So, but you want to focus on the readiness to buy. The readiness to buy is very important, right? So you want to leverage on community that is able to buy and buy quick. So you want to tap into this community immediately and efficiently. The next thing I want to talk about in digital transformation and using technology as a vehicle is this. It's all in the cloud. Access on the go, guys. I know of businesses out there who are still perhaps a bit old school, right? But let me tell you this, in MCO, our company were blessed because we have already devised an infrastructure that is all cloud-based. Even our finance and accounting is all cloud-based. Our communications are all chat systems and cloud-based, right? Storage, right? What can you use immediately right now if you haven't yet used or have not known about these platforms yet? Dropbox, you can check it out. Google Drive, Box, OneDrive, iCloud, some examples for you. We use Dropbox. We find it that it's quite perfect. It's fantastic in terms of management, in terms of storage, pricing wise, quite competitive. We also use Google Drive in our company. So these are a few areas where you can store your documents, from videos to visual to PDFs to anything. You can store anything up there. It's so easy because right now I can pull out anything. I don't have to go into office. Now, this is important to note because digital transformation, especially in this time moving forward, we need to think about remote working. We need to think about remote working, not only for the front line or your marketers, but also your administration of finance. So if you look at the bottom, the middle one, it says finance. You can use Xero, QuickBooks, you can use Wave. These are some cloud-based accounting softwares that you can use. It even has a mobile app that I can access, check invoices, quotations, whatnot, profit and loss statements. You can do all that on the cloud. Team management and communication is extremely important nowadays as well, as our teams are perhaps everywhere, remote working, working from home. Some teams are split into 50-50. Different teams go into the office, some stay at home to work. So we've been using Asana, like Slack, and Trello before. Some other players like Monday.com, Basecamp. So these are certain platforms. Without the fluff again, we have filtered down to a few of these brands that you can get started on. Why not you go and try, right? Try it out. Go and sign up for a free account trial or whatnot. Try it out, use it across your team, and try to be active on all these platforms, because I really want you in this digital transformation, wherever your objective is, having cloud storage on the go and having your finance and administration on the go and on the cloud makes it so much simpler whenever you need to pull certain documents or information out. And the best part about team management and communication on the go is this, that whenever you need to talk or to communicate something to your team, which is extremely important, by the way, especially now, is that it's able to be done all at one place where you know it's for work, right? And everybody can see your task, and everybody then is accountable to everyone. That is digital transformation, because you are taking from your normal notebook, your to-do list on yourself, transfer that into a tech platform, a digital platform like Asana, for example, Trello, for example, and everybody then can collaborate and work together, work as one. All right. My last point here, I know because of time, my last point here is this. I really want to say this: hire the right talents, right? You cannot have a digital transformation all by yourself. All right. Find the right talents, the people to get the job done as efficiently and in the most sustainable fashion as possible. All right. And you want to remember this. I am going to list out 4 traits that to find the right people right now, in terms of you want to translate your business to be more digital. I've interviewed personally tons of people, and I'm in charge of the talent pool in our company. I won't tell you the exact roles you should hire now. I think that's not fair. But what's most important is the personality and character of the person you hire now. Right? This will change the game. This will change the game as a head start, and it will change the game and it help you be triumphant in the long term. So what are these 4 traits that you need to look out for? Number 1, remote workers. I say this is because we do have talents, and if you're watching, if you're one of them, I do encourage you, find a way that you can be productive working outside office. Right? Working outside of office, have being a remote worker, I won't say every day, but of course, MCO, we were forced to stay at home. But if you're able to go back to office and your office allows you 1 or 2 days out of office in a week, remote workers are the way to go. We have candidates saying that I don't find it productive working from home. I cannot do this anymore. I choose to leave, right? If you have the mentality of working outside the office, you'll be more versatile. You have agile workers, they're able to work anywhere, anytime. And once you have your infrastructure set on cloud, it's even easier. Right. Second thing, be innovative and future thinking. You want to hire people who are innovative. You don't have to hire quote unquote creative people. You don't have to create something from scratch. What we want people to do is to be innovative, right? And future thinking. Whatever they innovate now is good for the now, but also better for the future. So you want to find these traits in people where they are always reading, they're always curious about the future. They always want to try new things, but able to also plan a very steady life as they do their current work. Right. The third one is planners and doers. You don't want people just planning and then don't do. You don't want people who do but don't plan. You need someone who can plan and do at the same time. I know this may be asking the world, but we do have great talents out there where you can actually have these planners and doers as well. And the last one is high ownership, right? This has a passion of taking your own initiative. You want to find people who have high ownership, because then they will take the initiative to transform your company to be more digital. Right? Where to find these people, right? There are 2 Google Sheets going around right now. There's one from Klook, right? Started by an ex-employee of Klook. So you can just Google it up. Go on Google, type a Google Sheet, Klook ex-employees or something like that. And another one is it's branded as awesome people, something like that. right, across Southeast Asia, right? And you can find there are thousands of unemployed talents right there across Southeast Asia, right? So you can look at these two Google Sheets. They're open to the public, and you can actually go in there, and all their contacts are there, their past jobs and whatnot. You can find people there, go and support them. If you have vacancies and you want to find people like that, start interviewing. Use virtual as well. Because of social distancing, I encourage you to be virtual in your interviews as well. All right. Before I end, in conclusion, uh, enough talk about digital. Just do it. It's really a change of your mindset. I ultimately want to tell you, out of the 5 tips, if you can just take one of it and start doing it, something that you haven't implemented, explore, just do it. It's already a start into digital transformation. Like I stated at the beginning, right? Digital transformation is not difficult. It's not complex if you have an objective in place first. And then just find the correct platforms and do it. Change your mindset. Don't wait till you say, oh, digital have to speak to me, I have to feel it. No nonsense. Just go on digital, do it. Everything can be DIY right now. So I encourage you and I wish you all the best in your digital transformation journey. Right. And that's the end for me. I will take questions right now.
All right. Thank you so much, Daryl. So, are there any questions in section? I will read them out for Daryl. Any burning questions about digital transformation for your company, for specific industry, maybe? Everyone is kind of tired. I think they're kind of like brain dead after work, working a full day maybe. But hopefully this session has added value to you guys. What Daryl has shared, I think, is quite important for every company to try digital transformation, especially now, right, during this time of pandemic. I mean, it's a phrase that we've been using, but regardless, I think it's important for a company to go through digital transformation. Just that I think because of this whole situation, it kind of speed up the process for a lot of companies. So this is kind of like a small little light. I've actually uh, for a manufacturing company.
This coming in from IG Live. So thanks, Ben, for the question. I see it as well. So manufacturing, right? Manufacturing. Again, like I said, the digital content here today or tonight is really more on the top layer ones, right? But if you talk about manufacturing, there are actually a lot more internal processes that I feel and believe that you need to transform. It's more business processes, right? I think for now, how do you move digitally? You will need to look into your business operations first. I think looking internally before looking outwards for manufacturers is important, because ultimately you deal very much as well B2B, right? Certain B2B platforms out there, if you want to reach out, you can use LinkedIn as well. That's an exception. We didn't talk about it tonight. But if you talk about B2B manufacturing, you can use LinkedIn or Twitter, depending where you're also selling your products to. Perhaps US, they are still very, very active on Twitter. But internally, this one want to talk about is that your internal processes need to go digital first. So the transformation for manufacturers, I believe, is very much operational, administrative, finance. Remember, I earlier on said about automate.io. So if you have any softwares or apps that's able to transform by using those formulas or recipes, that would be great, right? In terms of manufacturing, I think going digital as well is a lot about using technology for manufacturing, the types of machines that you use, the type of artificial intelligence that you use, the type of processes that you use, time management that you use, or even tracking of your workers into the place, how you track them using visual, face ID. Oh, this is again very deep. I won't go through it tonight. But what I would say is start internally, look at your processes, your operations, your business operations as a manufacturer, and then look towards the technology that will help you translate that and to help you to digitalize as well.
All right. I hope that helps. Another question that came in: how can we reach out to customers during this season, social distancing, for products like insurance and banking? What would you recommend?
Great. That's great. I think a lot of insurance company, this again boils down to how accessible your insurance company allows you to use virtual means. You can use Zoom, you can use Hangout to meet clients. I think they're very, very open to that because of this whole social distancing. I'm sure a lot of people don't want to meet each other anyway. So we are very open. If you want to update our premiums or insurance, use virtual call, obviously. I've heard of some, I won't name the brand, some insurance company have already gone digital, meaning to say a lot of their forms and their sign-up forms can be done digitally or soft copy. I think you really need to look into that in any case, right? To get sales out of digital copies or digital soft copy forms, and you're able to sign on the form and then send it back to HQ. And if that's accepted, I want you to hopefully encourage you push for that because this really is, I don't really like this new word going around, but the new norm, right? The new norm is going into digital and soft copy, and you need to get into that. But other than that, I think to close sales as well, again, going back to content, stick on Facebook and for insurance especially. I believe a lot of your target audience are on Facebook. Again, depending you're selling life or medical, whether to get sales or to get more agents under your company. I believe Facebook and LinkedIn is very good in that sense, right? So I hope that helps.
Okay, but speaking of LinkedIn, we actually have a question about LinkedIn.
Right.
Do you work on LinkedIn marketing strategies where B2B customers typically reside? What would your thoughts be around LinkedIn strategy?
Is this on Facebook? Okay, yeah, I see it. Thanks, Andrew. Let me digest this question. Right. So LinkedIn for now is, again, as we all know, LinkedIn is a very professional social network platform, right? Yes, what Andrew says is true. It's very much B2B. The strategy here for LinkedIn, or rather, let's talk about LinkedIn strategy. LinkedIn strategy is to connect professionals, right, with one another, and they're really looking into talents and education right now. So if you look at LinkedIn, it's a very educational based social platform. Right. So the strategy here is to produce as much educational content on LinkedIn. Secondly, the strategy for B2B is to still connect personally. I know B2B sometimes it's all about bulk. It's all about bulk payments, bulk buy. But B2B on LinkedIn, you still need to connect personally. I feel the strategy here is to still use an account that you feel that has high status or high ranking and use that profile to reach out to people. Go on perhaps one of their paid memberships and account and reach out to people personally, people that you want to connect with. Try to be genuine. So don't go on mass messaging again, even though you're trying to sell a B2B product, right? It's always all about education. It's about reaching out to individual professionals. And the beauty about LinkedIn is that if you subscribe to their platform, their marketing platform, they actually open up a whole access. If you want local, just Malaysia or globally, you're able to gain access to specific people, specific industry, specific position. Now, if you look at that as your demographics per se, then you find it easier as a B2B company to reach out to them globally, whether locally or globally. So again, education, as much content education, whether video, text, or articles. A lot of people read articles on LinkedIn. you need to be personal still, and then you would like to filter down by perhaps doing manual filtering or subscribe to one of their marketing platforms to help you filter down the demographics and the people you're trying to target. Right.
All right. Another question: how would you recommend going about reaching out to influencers during this time?
Good. So influencers are all very, very ready to take your jobs right now. I think a lot of influencers, because of MCO, I think a lot of us are affected as well. How do you go about reaching out to them? Now, a few tips here. I'm always a strong believer of a no touch and go type of influencer marketing, meaning to say, if you want to reach out to an influencer, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, build a relationship with them. Right, it's very simple. Build a relationship with them. Go for long-term partnership, because if you touch and go and you feel like you just run one campaign with them and you expect their community to go and convert, I think that is a myth. Right, you need to build a longer-standing relationship with the influencer, and ultimately build that genuine interest with the influencer and the brand. Right. Secondly, I think reaching out to micro influencers again is good. You can just message them on Instagram. There are a lot of them who may reply there, or email them. Now, if you look into their Instagram accounts, usually they will have their work email there or their manager's email. Reach out to them. Now, the thing about reaching out to influencers is that my advice is that you don't just go to them and ask them to do something and say it's for free, right? Don't just give them a product and expect the influencers to work it for you. Be genuine. If there's payment, you can always say we can explore, we can talk about it, but never outright just say, we won't give you payment or whatnot. I think influencers out there is a real job as well. We need to respect their delivery and their work and their quality as well. The third and last thing is this, that if you plan to just hopefully get more genuine, a shout out or just a simple Instagram story, just send things to where they live. If you got a meal kit or you got some sort of a new product, just send it to them. How do you get an address? Please don't go and ask them for the address on their Instagram. Reach out to agencies, reach out to influencer marketing agencies, get them to send it to the influencers because they have also a very close relationship with them. So 3 things for influencer marketing and how you can reach out to them.
All right. We have more questions from people within the insurance industry. I'll just read both. I'll just compile both his question. It says, for insurance agency, should we build presence on the individual or for the team? And the second one is, most of my target audience are on Instagram. What's a good way to connect with them since I do not know them?
Okay, let me answer the Instagram one. How do you connect with them if you don't know them? Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think on Instagram is pretty casual. So the beauty about Instagram is that it's quite casual. It's quite fluid in that sense. So if you're most of your target audience and people are on Instagram, I think the easiest way is to reach out to them, DM them, have a personal conversation with them, or comment on their comment box, and don't be too generic, because people may mistaken you for having an automated comment purchase. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see like, a thumbs up in a comment. Don't just have a generic one. Go and really have a conversation with the person. Go and reach out through their DMs. Tag them on your IG story, right? Or if really need be, if your target audience are on Instagram, well, I didn't talk about it tonight, but ad buying, if you really know that they are there and you want to reach out to them and have a further reach to them, do a video, a simple video or a visual or some text, and buy ads on Instagram, right? If you don't know how to buy ads on Instagram, just Google it, find an agency, find a specialist to help you out in awareness and converting that, right? So if you already know on Instagram, be personal, go reach out to them or buy ads as well as a means of reaching out to these people on Instagram. I think the first question that you asked is that most of a target
should they
team.
build a presence on the individual or for their team? For an
insurance, I think insurance agency have been long trying to build branding for individuals. right? Because as a team, I think in insurance is a very personal business, right? I feel that building individual profiles and branding is still the way to go, right? But I think you can keep the team branding to a more internal type of effort, right? Whether you use Facebook or Instagram, I think internal branding, team branding is very good for hiring new agents, right?
Yeah.
You want to hire new agents, for example. I think team branding, people will see the team, will see the dynamics of your team, will see the dynamics and success of your agent. They will then be attracted to that. But I guess if you also want to draw more customers, I think having your brand as a personal brand is good. I would encourage you to perhaps in your own knowledge try to find ways to create more content online as well. It can be as simple as a 1-2 word quote on Instagram, or you can write 500, 1,000 word article, up to you. Get yourself out there, get your content out there, and also be a key opinion leader in that sense. Yeah.
All right. We have 2 more questions. This question, I'll read it, but I'll try and kind of like word it a little bit different. But it says, what will be the best digital transformation for the community product related with COVID-19? Most users are not, it's not easy for most users to be hands-on on that particular product through this pandemic situation, and they are unable to reach out to them.
Okay, I see the question. What would be the best digital transformation for community product related with COVID-19? Can I further know what you mean by community product?
Yeah, maybe you can explain a little bit more in the comment section, and we'll come back to that. And then maybe we'll move on to the next question first. Are there any digital platform, tools, social media channels that we can forego or avoid? If yes, which are they?
Oh, good. So
Interesting
any
question.
digital platform or tool, social media channel, we can forego. Thanks, Jeff. I think for us here, we have to be very, very critical. All right, nowadays, I think whatever that you can let go, the tools or whatnot, is very, very dependent on the type of business that you are in. So I tread very carefully, but on a larger scale, in a general term, I'm not saying that these are bad, but in a general term, if, for example, you want to just set up an e-commerce site, WooCommerce with WordPress, for example, or Shopify is good. You don't need the rest. I won't name them, but that's one example. If you're going cashless, the 2 biggest e-wallets right now in the community out there will be Touch and Go, GrabPay, and perhaps Boost, right? Faith technically is not a e-wallet, so these 3, Touch and Go, GrabPay, and Boost, right? Other tools, if you want, for example, task management tools and all that, I think we are very comfortable and we are filtered down to Asana or Trello, and use Slack. The rest, maybe if you don't want to use them, that's fine, right? Dropbox as a cloud, right? Start off with Dropbox, perhaps, right? So these are a few things I think I can say. And social media channel, for example, I think really, to be honest and critical, stick to Facebook and Instagram. Really, it's crowded, I understand. But again, like those of you who have tune in later on, Jen or another colleague of mine did a content branding webinar last week, and it's saved on our Open Academy page as well. You can go in there and look at how you can cut through the fluff or cut through the crowded and the noise behind these 2 platforms. Another platform I think is widely used right now, but is sadly not as trackable, is WhatsApp. Use WhatsApp, use chat platforms to disseminate your information. Word of mouth, remember, word of mouth. You have so many groups in your WhatsApp. An average, I bet everyone has about 10 to 20 groups in a single WhatsApp, your WhatsApp profile, right? So word of mouth is important, and you can perhaps try to disseminate your information out there through chat systems like that as well.
All right. Okay, she replied. So the product is actually an app, so a kind of application.
Oh.
So they are having difficulty reaching out to them. with their
So you have
product.
an app, basically is an app, is a digital product, which is an app in COVID-19. So if I get the question correct, you're also asking how, if it's an app, how do you get the app to be downloaded into your target audience? Is that right? I would I would think it's along those lines. Um, um, so if there's an app, and if you want in this right now in COVID-19, we have to understand first that app downloads nowadays uh, extremely difficult, right? I mean, to be honest, how many of us need a new app into our phone, except and unless that it's really again related to COVID-19, and there are a lot of tracking apps out there, right? Able to track where you go, who you have met, backtracking, what areas you have actually the venues that you've been to, people you've been in contact with. I think this is important to know that then this will be a very, it's a very non, so quote unquote non-profit making type of thing. I think we want to focus more on integration and partnering with people that are doing the similar things as well. So don't do it on your own. I think if we split all these apps, community app, you would call it community products, I think there needs to be a central focus where everybody drives the same message, and you have, if you have some sort of a collaboration where everybody can just get onto that one or two app, that would be great, right? So perhaps the marketing effort here is more of a collaboration and partnership that you need to look at, right? More than anything else, because app downloads nowadays, if you spend money on it, well, it can be actually quite expensive unless you get on platforms. There are a lot of third-party platforms that offer app downloads for free, but these are only apps that are on beta, for example, and you may get a wide range of people on it, and may not be hyper local if you want to perhaps only serve the Malaysian market, example. I hope I answered the question correctly, though. If I didn't, you can either
Put
ask
in the
again, or
comment
you can
section.
message us
Or
on the
you can,
side, and we will try our best to help you. Yeah.
Okay, I'll end it with one last question, because due to time, I think everyone's kind of tired from a long day. So let's just end it with one question. If we don't have a high budget for influencer marketing, how else can we use this platform? How effective are PR packages?
Very good, Esther. Thanks, Esther. We are not asking for high budgets. Again, high budget is subjective, but I think let's start off as from the view of influencers right now first. I think influencers right now, they're not asking for a lot, right? They're asking for genuine products that they want to support locally. So if good on you if you have a local product. I think a lot of influencers out there are genuinely ready to share. But I think there needs again to be that genuine partnership between you and them. PR packages, so-called PR packages, are actually quite effective, and you will only get perhaps, well, most, IG story. Some of them will put you on their grid, but I think IG story works wonders as well because it's 24 hours, and actually IG stories get a lot more views compared to being on the grid as well. So if you're genuine and you send things that are relevant at the right time and right season, so you need to do a bit of homework here, Esther. I think if you really want to engage influencers, you need to know the seasons in their lives as well, what they want, what they dislike, and match your product to that specific influencer. I think that will mean more than anything to the influencer. They'll be more than happy to help you out as well. I don't want to speak on their behalf, but from observation, I believe it can be that way. And again, you don't have to start off talking about budget. You can always explore that later on. You can, if they really love your product, I'm sure you can also take your product to be as a mode of payment. But again, I say this carefully, don't overdo that, right? But to answer your question straightforward, PR packages, effective, I would say yes, as long as you match it and be relevant to their season, time, and their cravings or whatnot.
All right. Hope that answers your question, Esther. Thank you so much, Daryl, for answering a lot of questions. We actually had a lot of questions today. So
Hey,
hope
no
this
problem.
session has
My pleasure.
added value, and thank you so much for joining us during dinner time. But before I end, I just want to share a little bit about some updates that's happening with Open Academy. We actually have a digital marketing starter kit available right now. If you scan the QR code, or if you are unable to do that, you can actually key in the link. You'll be able to have access to this digital marketing starter kit, which provides you with the foundation of every digital marketing strategy. So if you have always been curious, or you want to dabble into, or you want to start your digital transformation journey right now, you can actually go into this platform or this package and learn the basics and the foundation of digital marketing. So it's all bite-sized content. We have videos, we have written content, we have up to 50 videos, 240 written content readily available within this package itself. And because you guys join us today and spend your dinner time with us, we have a special coupon code, which is OA webinar. So if you key this in, it's case sensitive, so you need to put in all capital letters. If you key this in, you immediately get 50 ringgit off this package. So scan the QR code, key in the link, and thank you so much again for joining us. We hope to have more of these sessions. So please, if you are interested in joining any more of our future sessions with Daryl, with Jen, or whoever, you can either go to the contact form that you see just now, which is scanning via this QR code. You can actually get more information about all our webinar sessions. We'll keep you updated. We won't spam you. Or you can actually follow us at Open Academy Malaysia on Facebook or on Instagram, and you actually get the updates from there. So thank you again so much for joining us. Thank you, Daryl, for having this session with us. We'll see you guys. Have a good night.
Bye. Good night.